Thank you very much for inviting me to speak at the launch of these reports. I would like to apologize for not being able to attend to this meeting because of prior commitments. But I would like to send you this message of solidarity, but also for support to the ongoing campaign of Amnesty International to protect the right to peaceful assembly. As the world faces multiple and compounding crises in the present and near future, children and youth have increasingly taken part in and lead peaceful demonstrations around the world for causes such as climate change, social justice, improved education, democracy, and the rule of law. We have seen children involvement in peaceful protests bring impetus for social change and the advancement of human rights communities and countries. They have been at the forefront of the climate change movement and strike, lead democracy protests in Hong Kong, being involved in the Arab Spring demonstration, and most recently have called for social change in Peru and Iran. However, we rarely see states take into account the unique need of children and youth when exercising their right to freedom of peaceful assembly. They should be actively supported and encouraged to exercise their fundamental freedom. Article 21 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights extends the right to peaceful assembly to everyone, including children, as also noted by the Human Rights Committee. Article 15 of the UN Covenant on the Rights of Children further affirms that children enjoy these rights on an equal footing with adults. The freedom of peaceful assembly and of association are the cornerstone of any democratic society as a crucial tool to empower marginalized groups and individuals to voice their concern and further their interests. This is all the more true for children and youth as they are among the most at-risk group in society and lack full legal capacity, political power, and economic strength. Children are not represented in the traditional state structure and cannot vote, which only heightens their need for opportunity to voice their concern and advance their rights and interests. The most at-risk children, such as girls, LGBTIQ children, children of minority groups and ethnicities, children with disability, as well as children living in poverty and in fragilized contexts, have an even greater need of such opportunities. Peaceful assembly are therefore an important way for children voices to be heard, enable them to participate in social and political life, particularly on matters affecting them. Through the exercise of their rights to peaceful assembly, children are empowered and enabled to engage in citizenship, participate in the political life, and influence decision-making process, learn about democratic processes and values, and stand up for themselves or others. It is critical for states to protect and promote opportunity for children to exercise their right to freedom of peaceful assembly and participate in public and political debates. My mandate has recognized the crucial role played by the right to peaceful assembly and association to the implementation of 2030 agenda. Democracy, good governance, respect for human rights, and the rule of law are pillars on which the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association are built and can flourish to achieve sustainable development. I'm concerned that the growing trends of restriction and attack against these rights and civil society more broadly will negatively impact states' ability to achieve the sustainable development goal. Extra-legal measures have also increased, including physical attack and stigmatization campaign against human rights defenders and activists. The most at-risk group and individuals, including women and girls, children, LGBTIQ group, and racial, ethnic, and religion minority in particular, suffer disproportionately from the consequences of these measures. As I said in my 2013 and my 2019 reports to the General Assembly, creating an environment for civil society is of paramount importance as a key component of the implementation of 2030 agenda. The challenges face the enjoyment of the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and of association are complex and rapidly evolving. There is much at stake, Failing to respond and protect these freedoms poses a risk to democracy itself and to the enjoyment of all human rights. Thailand is no exception to such worrisome trends. Over the past decades, Thailand, along with many countries across the world, has faced a series of severe challenges, from digital transformation to the global health pandemic. The 2015 Public Assembly Law places a number of restrictions on the holding of assembly, impeding the free exercise of this fundamental right. This law has repeatedly been invoked by authorities to justify the suppression of peaceful and legitimate gatherings since its enactment. Closely follow the first wave of youth-led pro-democracy peaceful protests in early 2020, triggered by the dissolution of the opposition Future Forward Party and demanding constitutional reforms. I was in contact with the government to raise my serious concern that measures taken against the FFP may intimidate and deter other individuals, including members of the other political party, civil society, and human rights defenders from speaking out on the role of the military and the monarchy in Thai politics and other issues of public interest. Despite the short hiatus in the protest movement due to COVID-19, rally resumed in July 2020 with tens of thousands taken to the streets. I remain gravely concerned by the rise of violence and continued disproportionate use of force by the police in their crackdown against peaceful protests. We have seen a wave of arrests of protester leaders and children being charged with sedition, assembly with the intention to cause violence, violating the ban of public gathering, along with several other criminal charges and the adoption of constitutional amendment bill by the parliament. My mandate has been following this recent development with grave concern. My utmost concern in light of these trends have been the decision by the government to reactivate and use Article 112 of the Thai Criminal Code on lese majesty against peaceful protesters, which has not been used since 2018. It is very worrying to now see high school students and minors in general being charged with lese majesty and other very serious charges, such as sedition. If the government continue to use excessive force, as well as charge of lese majesty and sedition against peaceful protests, then the Thai government is decidedly attempt to intimidate protesters and close the civic space and room for dialogue and negotiation. This is a direct violation of the fundamental freedom and rights of Thai people. I myself, along with many of my special procedure colleagues, as well as the Human Rights Committee, have raised concern about the lese majesty law and their application in Thailand. We consider these laws to be in contradiction of fundamental freedom and human rights, including the right to freedom of assembly and of expression. I would like to reiterate that nobody should be criminally charged or prosecuted for exercising their right to peaceful assembly or for organizing such events. The recent protests have shown that there is increased unhappiness about the current situation. The government should take these protests seriously, regardless of their age or political affiliation, and try to engage in a genuine and meaningful dialogue with them to ensure that their legitimate concerns are addressed. The Thai government needs to take into account, both in the law and in the practice, children's right to protest peacefully. Law enforcement also must be empowered to take into account, during policing of assembly, the specific protection need of children. I thank you for listening, and I wish you really a successful launch of this event.